Hey guys, welcome back to American Truck Simulator. Today, Louisiana is out. We are in Arkansas. We're running a delivery down to New Orleans. I have not been to Louisiana yet. I'm looking forward to, it just came out. Louisiana just came out. Today's December 4th. And so, yeah, we got us a job. We'll check it out here. We're hauling a trailer of some 400 and something miles from Pine Bluff, Arkansas to New Orleans. Let's see here. We'll check out the job in a second here. Let's go ahead and let's pick up our trailer. We're driving our Kenworth W900. I was trying to decide. I was like, what truck do we take for the first job in Louisiana? And I was like, you know what? I don't know. I don't know. But I chose this truck. So I've not driven it in a minute. If you've been watching the channel, then you've seen that I've been playing Euro Truck Simulator like a lot. And actually, I don't have that many videos. Well, that's because I've been playing it so much, I've not even had time to make that many videos. I've had so much fun playing ATS too. I mean, there are a lot of videos, but not near as many as there should be if I were actually... In a second here. We're going to get down here and pick up our trailer. Yeah, so right now we're in Arkansas. I haven't seen Louisiana yet. We'll check out the map here once we get our truck down here. So yeah, I've been playing ETS too. So right now I'm trying to remember how to shift an American truck. I've been shifting Euro trucks in kilometers. Now we're driving in miles an hour. I did, so I haven't played ATS in pretty much since I got Euro Truck Simulator. I've not played American Truck Simulator. I don't know. I didn't expect to be that addicted to that game, but it's really interesting. But I did come back to ATS yesterday, and I was like, I gotta remember how to play this game. It's cool to be in an old school American truck. Now, one thing, playing ETS 2, I got so used to those trucks. They used to look funny to me because they're so short. I got so used to them that when I looked at the American trucks, they looked ridiculously long and stupid. I couldn't believe it. When I fired up ATS and I looked at the trucks, I was like, no way. But it's just a weird thing. I got used to it again. But it's, I thought about I should make a video, about ATS versus ETS. I probably will once I can really get my head around like how to really, make a good video like that. But, oops, there we go. The point is like playing, ATS for as long as I have, and then stopping and putting like 200 hours in the space of less than 2 weeks into ETS 2 and then coming back. It's like, wow, I got some serious points for comparison. Yeah. And you know what? I did not forget how to shift this. It's all just, it's all second nature. Maybe I was pausing a little bit while I was talking, but oh hey, this is America. We can turn right on red lights. I just thought about that. Yeah, the shifting mostly second nature. That's good. I haven't even looked. You know what? I've not even been looking at my speed. That's true. When I started with this shifter a couple months ago, I told you guys that my goal was to be able to shift just second nature without thinking about it, just like I do in a real car. And I'll tell you, I've not even been looking at my speedometer because I've not driven this truck in a while, and I haven't even really taken stock yet to remember where my gauges or anything are yet. I've been driving my Scania in ETS 2. Turn my lights on. There we go. I haven't even looked at my speedometer. It's awesome how shifting does become such second nature. Anyway, we're here to pick up our trailer. Let's see, we don't need our... Let's put our parking lights on. Okay. This truck is so ridiculously long. I mean, not even really. This is just a short chassis. By American standards, this is a short chassis. How weird is that? Because my Scania that I was driving in ETS 2, it's an 8x4 chassis like this, but it's pretty much all wheels. There's no space in between the wheels. You know, there's not even space for fuel tanks, right? The fuel tanks are behind the cab because it's just all wheels. And the lift axle, and it actually is a steering axle because it's so short it has to be. Just wild. Yeah, I do. I want to make a video on ATS versus ETS now because, but in America you have so much more room. There's just so much more room for everything. Like in ETS 2, the highest speed limit, you know, is like 55 miles an hour. I guess in Europe, everyone just goes super slow. Whoops. There we go. But I can't imagine going any faster. I can't. 55 miles an hour feels like you're breakneck speed. I can't imagine going any faster. Is this our trailer here? It is. Okay. Well, for some reason, I didn't see the white thing under it. Anyway, so yeah, I remember like, oh wait, 1 second. Let me hook this up. I'm not doing the precision trailer hitching on ETS, but I am here. The reason is because I have that one truck in ETS where I can't have this on, but here I do, so I gotta precision hitch this. I could turn it off, but I want the realism. That's why it's on in the first place. Come on, and hook it. There we go. Awesome. I have not lost my touch. Okay. Why am I rolling backwards? No idea. There we go. Yeah, but here, it's great to be back in ATS where 65 miles an hour feels normal again, and it's just because the roads in America are just straighter. You know, the roads in America are just wider and straighter, and 65 doesn't feel that fast. It's wild how I'm afraid to even go that fast in Europe. It's crazy, and I do miss driving in my Scania in Europe already, but today we're going to New Orleans. Let's check out our map here. Let's check out our map, see what our route looks like now we get our trailer. Look at this. Louisiana. Have not been there yet. So we are going. Yeah. There was a lot of higher paying jobs that went to different places, but I was like, no, for today's video, we want the full tour of Louisiana. We want to, I mean, in one delivery, look how much of Louisiana we get to see in only one delivery. If we see any of these, there's a lot of camera and viewpoints. If we see them along the way, we can stop, but I don't want to plan any stops. So we're taking highway, or that's, sorry, not highway, but we're taking, well, this is highway 165 down to 49. I don't know that freeway. 49 down to the 10. You know, I've never actually been in Louisiana. You know, I've driven through, I think the last time I checked or actually did the tally, I've driven through 39 of the 50 states. Never been to Louisiana. I don't think. No, I've never been to Louisiana in real life, so I don't know these. So this will be cool. All right, so here's our route. Haven't been there yet. Let's go. All right, where are we going? Which way are we going? We're going to want to get fuel. We're going to want to rest as well. All right, well, we are off. Now, I've not driven this truck. Well, of course not. I've not driven this truck or any of these trucks in a minute. So, one thing, I mentioned this in the last video, in ETS 2, I guess just, I was having this thing where like none of my trucks had an engine brake. Like it just wasn't working. I couldn't get to work. I would bet anything that it works here. And it occurred to me, I'm just watching where I'm going here. Is it a European thing? Do trucks, and the trucks in Europe, maybe they just don't have engine brake. Like all the trucks there, I would hit the engine brake and it would kind of go boom, and then it would just free coast. It would just coast. And it occurred to me, now I don't know, maybe someone answer me. This is something I could Google and find out, something like that. Maybe one of y'all know. In America, we have, there's always these signs outside of towns, you know, it says no engine brakes, whatever. I guess it's because they're loud, right? So, you know, a lot of places there's no engine brakes allowed because it's loud. And I was like, maybe in Europe, they just like, by default, they're just not very functional. Like they only work for like the first bit of the gear shift and then they don't. Point is, We're in America now. Yeah, and it works. And it works all the way down. Okay, now I gotta... Why is my turn signal on? What gear am I in? There we go. Okay, I got a little distracted there. Yeah, talking about that, I was trying to figure it out. So, all my... I don't know. And I thought maybe it was my setup. I was like, is my setup messed up or something? And, I just have no idea. I have no idea. My truck's in Euro Truck Simulator 2. I hit the engine brake. It's not even that I'm expecting a certain sound out of it. I mean, this truck's engine brake sounds like this, right? Right? They all sound different, but what I mean is, in Euro Truck, when I hit it, it only goes boom for like a second, for like 1 to 2 seconds, and then it just coasts. And it only hits like the top of it, the gear. When I downshift, it'll hit the top of the next gear, and then it just free coast. And like maybe in Europe they have just like neutered engine brakes. I don't know, but it's good to have control of my truck back. In fact, I'll just turn it on. Usually in ATS I just drive with it on. All right, so anyway, let's get on with our trip here. We've got, let me pull up our thing here. Here, I'll pull up our bar. All right, so we should probably get some rest, get some fuel. Yeah. Like, I've got a fuel gauge, but I have not even looked at my dashboard, really, since I've been back to ATS here. So, we're looking for fuel. We're looking for a place to rest here in a bit. We got 400 miles to go. And when will we be in Louisiana? You know what? So, when do we come into Louisiana? Oh, it's going to be a minute still. We're still in Arkansas. It's going to be a minute before we get into Louisiana. Cool. Well, I haven't traveled this particular road yet. What is our speed limit? 60 miles an hour. Yeah, I haven't even looked at my speedometer. I honestly have not. Actually, you know, I have gotten used to driving with the engine brake off, so we're going to leave it off. It's weird. I've been playing ATS for, well, not long, only like a couple weeks, but I put so much just intensive time into it that since I've played American Truck Simulator, my play style has actually changed. Like, some of my buttons changed. Like, I actually changed 1 or 2 of my option layout things. Which, wait, that reminds me. Yeah, I have. 1 second here. I've actually changed the way I play, and there's an option I'm running differently now. If we go to gameplay here, actually I turned the traction control off. I just wanted more challenge. Like, I played so much intensive amount of hours at ETS2 that I was like, I want more challenge. I turned my traction control off. That's right. Yeah, I put like so much intensive, time into ETS2 that my play style was like changed. All right, so no traction control. Whatever difference that makes, a little more challenge. Get back up to speed here. Look at this, speed limit 65 miles an hour. That's still crazy. After playing Euro Truck Simulator, the idea of going 65 miles an hour is terrifying. Terrifying. But in ETS2, there's no shoulders. Yeah, there's no, where's my cruise control button? There's no shoulders. In fact, you probably have a wall on one side of the road, right? You're like running with a wall 6 inches from your tire. There's no shoulder. And there's a lot more turns. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, slow down a bit here. What do we got here? Oh, we got a turn here. All right, we're not turning here. No, not here. Yeah, it's cool getting used to these roads again. We are turning here. Oh, we need to look for okay, I'm pretty sure there's here, let's just look outside. These trees are blocking it, but yeah, there's a truck stop there. We literally just passed the turn in. You think we can turn it down on the next road? find out here. Let's see if we can turn in here. Yes, we can. Sweet. I was just thinking, you know, we need rest and we need fuel. We can get those things right here. I think, wait, no, let's go. Let's keep going. This is for cars. Yeah, that's for cars. Whoa, make that turn, big truck. Look at this long truck. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we're going to get us some fuel, and then you know what? We can just... Yeah, we can just back right into space. If we get the truck straightened out. And we definitely want to see our drive in daylight. So I'll make sure we rest until like tomorrow or something, right? So let's get fueled up here. All right, there we go. 146 gallons. All right, can we just back into a space? Yeah, we can. Hang on a second here. Oh yeah, so backing these trucks. Oh, this is going to be different. I just got used to backing Euro trucks. Hang on a second. I'm going to take this slow. Yeah, Euro trucks, where the truck is half the length and two of the axles steer and the trailer axles steer also. That was distracting the first time I was backing a Euro truck and I noticed that my trailer axles were also steering. It's distracting if you let it be. I'm being careful with it because the Euro trucks, they whip around so fast, but this is a long chassis. It's not going to whip around that fast, but better safe than sorry. We'll just back right into this space here. There we go. Yeah, you know, I'm overthinking it. American trucks are a lot smoother to back up. I mean, yeah. Okay, not perfect, but good enough. I don't care. Let's, there we go. Perfect. Good morning, guys. It is 9:30 in the a.m. I rested twice just to tick it over. So, I mean, we want to drive in the daylight. If we're going to see Louisiana for the first time, we want to see it, parking brake engaged. I knew that. We're going to see Louisiana for the first time. Then we want to, why did I kill my truck? Why am I, what's happening? I'm in low gear, right? Yeah, I am. Why am I killing my truck? I don't know. I've been completely AFK shifting the entire time, talking to you guys while I'm driving, not even looking at my speedometer. And there, I'm like, I can't even start from a stop. I don't know. Call it a brain fart, call it whatever. Oh, man, you see all the income down there. See all the income rolling in. Well, because I rested, but here's the thing. So I've got new drivers. I came back to the game yesterday after being gone playing ATS 2 and Garage Manager. I got another garage. Yeah, we've got a lot of drivers working for us. I got a truck manager. Look at all these trucks. Look at all these trucks we've got. Yeah, so much money coming in. Yesterday, well, I've got, as you can see, I got $600-some thousand. Yesterday, I bought a new garage, fully upgraded it, and bought 2 new trucks to go in it and put drivers behind the wheel. Yeah, it's fun. And, well, so I just started playing ETS, but I basically, in my ETS game, that's how I started off. I know the meta of this game. So in ETS, I immediately, pretty much off the bat, buried myself in loans to buy a garage and a couple trucks. And ETS 2 is already off to a pretty good start. In ETS, I already have drivers cranking in money because one of the first things I did was bury myself in debt to buy garages and trucks. All that's paid off now, and I've pretty much got things rolling there too. Anyway, we are cruising toward Louisiana. Oh, sorry, 360 miles to go. Man, these speed limits. Oh yeah, 55 miles an hour we can go on this road. That is going to take some getting used to for sure. Feels good. feels very good. Wide open American countryside. This is going to be cool getting into Louisiana. I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing the sights. Small town America here. So whatever this town is, I've not been here yet. I guess we're still in southern Arkansas. I haven't been to this town yet. I'll check the map here at the stoplight. Make sure I know where we're at. Our turn signal? Let's see here. Yeah. Okay, so perfect. We're right near the border to Louisiana. There's something here I think we can take a picture of. Actually, let me see what it is here while we're at the stoplight. Oh, here. Church of Hamburg. Wait. The crosshair is telling me that? Sorry, I was just in Europe taking pictures of churches in Europe. This doesn't quite... guys, this doesn't quite line up. And maybe this is some local thing, you know, in this little town here in Arkansas. Maybe that's some local thing. Maybe I don't get the reference or whatever. But I was just in Norway taking pictures of churches in Norway. There's a bit of a difference there. That's it. Okay. Yeah, I gotta say, in America, we're not exactly winning the church game. Europe's got the churches for sure. Particularly Norway. Some of those churches in Norway are insane. Well, I'm sure there's big cathedrals in other places, but Norway is known for as far as I know, they're known for big churches. Lots of other places. People would think other places like Catholic, you know, countries. Norway is Lutheran, right? Is that right? I believe so. But they have some pretty epic churches. They do. Anyway, though, that was wild. Whoa. I was all focused on other things. I was looking at this other truck here. Hey, guy. You want to race? I'm just kidding. We're not going to race. We're obviously not going to race. You know, in Europe, they've got the green light, you know, or the yellow light, sorry. Before the light turns green, you get the yellow light. And here in America, obviously, you just got to wait for the light to turn green. And what's the speed limit here? 45, okay. Something kind of funny. Let me get over here. In one of my, 60 miles an hour? Okay. In one of my Euro truck videos, someone commented, because I remarked on that. I made some remark on that. And someone commented, and they're like, well, in America, how do you know when to go? They said, if you don't have the yellow light before the green light, then in America, then how do you know when to go? And I got to realize that to someone who's not American or has never driven in America, maybe it's not obvious, or maybe, you know, and it's like, dude, it's like the answer is actually really simple. In America, it just turns green. You know, it's actually just, I don't know. I never thought about it that way. I never even thought about it that way. In America, our light just turns green. It's pretty cool, though. In Europe, they have that yellow light to tell you when you can start accelerating. It is really handy, especially if you're driving a truck. Miles an hour. 45. We are turning up here. So I keep forgetting to pay attention. Have we entered Louisiana yet? We're like really close. I'll check our map right here. We're like really close. Let's see here. Where's my map button? Oh yeah, we did. How do I miss the sign? I miss these signs every time. Well, obviously, I'm yapping, I'm driving, I'm doing a bunch of other things. I missed the sign, so we're in Louisiana. Cool. We're in the South. Pretty soon we'll start seeing, like, I don't know, swamps and mangroves and all kinds of things. I imagine as we get toward New Orleans, I guess we'll see. I chose the New Orleans delivery because I wanted to get down as far south as we could through the state. That was weird, that shift. It sounded like I missed a shift there or something. I don't know what that was about. What's our speed limit? Oh, 25. Oh, wow. 25 miles an hour. What we got here? Okay. We're not turning. No, we're not turning here. Oh, crap. Yeah, I blew that stoplight. Well, yeah, just my attention is split between a couple different things. My bad. My bad. You know, my entire life of actually driving in real life, I have blown through maybe 3 stoplights. I mean, in 30 years of driving, I have blown through maybe 3 stoplights. It's not my usual MO. But sometimes it just happens. Sometimes your attention is elsewhere, right? And it happens. In the game, though, my point is, in the game, I've definitely blown through a few more than 3. Yeah. Well, you know, talking and driving, which is what I'm doing here, is actually very dangerous. You know, they say talking and driving is... What? Oh, this is a one-way street? Oh. Guys, that guy, I was like, what is that guy doing? Well, why am I not catching 4th gear? I don't know. I got it there. I thought the guy was... Well, yeah, I didn't realize this was a one-way street. Anyway, talking and driving, you know, is as dangerous as drinking and driving. So there's that. Yeah, I'm narrating a video while I'm driving. What do you expect? Yeah, I'm going to blow through a stoplight here or there. It happens on occasion. Yeah, it's dangerous. I mean, I can't... That's one reason it was so hard, like... Well, not hard, but it took a minute to get the hang of shifting the gears. On an 18-speed transmission, I had to figure out how to do that while narrating a video. It's no problem now. But it splits my attention in a lot of places, you know? Like, I'm not looking at my... Yeah, I gotta look at speedometer, gear shifter, tachometer, all this stuff at once, and you miss stuff. Stuff gets missed. Ooh, wrong gear. There we go. Monroe. We are now... Well, yeah, of course we're in Louisiana. Yeah, Monroe, Louisiana. I've heard of it. Never been here. Heard of it. The Pelican State. I didn't know that. Is it... Obviously, it's called the Pelican State. I didn't know that. Every state in the United States, you know, has some silly nickname. Like, let's see. Well, I live in Colorado, which is the Centennial State, because it's founded in 1876. I was born in Indiana, which is the Hoosier State, and no one actually knows where that comes from. Yeah, fun fact, no one actually knows where Hoosier comes from. It's a silly made-up word from the 19th century. There's like theories, but anyway, so I come from the Hoosier State. Then we got, well, I know the other ones, but I don't know what they mean. You know, Pennsylvania is the Keystone State. I don't know what the heck a Keystone is. Ohio is the Buckeye State. I have no idea. I don't know. America is weird. We have funny names for all the states, right? Well, we're going good now. We got some freeway here in Louisiana. Speed limit 50 miles an hour. Okay. Not what I expected. Well, this must not be freeway then. We're probably just on a highway, which is always good to pay attention to. Always know when you're, yeah, just on a highway that looks like a freeway. Because, well, what I mean by that is, I don't think this is a freeway. There could be a stoplight, you know, out of the blue, right? Get some views here. Not a lot of traffic out today. Sure is green here. I mean, when I say, there's just a lot of empty grass. Maybe am I just used to Europe and used to seeing things more? No, I've been driving here. I mean, first of all, I live here. Second of all, I was driving an ATS yesterday. I think this particular area here, there is just a lot of grassy space. Yeah. 55 miles an hour. 1065. There we go. Let's catch our top gear here. What's going on over there? That's some kind of loading thing. I can't really see. Wow. It's really open out here, isn't it? Oh, wow. Yeah, really open here. Very cool. Well, we got 277 miles to go. South and then east through Louisiana, all the way down to the New Orleans, down in the toe of the boot. I mean, yeah, if Louisiana is shaped like a boot, then that's where we're going. I reckon we'll start seeing. Well, I don't know. I was thinking, will we start seeing palm trees? I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. I never been through Louisiana in real life. I know they have those weird mangrove tree things down there. Maybe that's what we'll see. Well, I'm comparing it to Houston because that's as far like. Hold on a second. I'm used to playing Euro Truck Simulator, getting nervous about the speed, but no, this is normal speed. Houston, is as far south, like on the Gulf where I've been, so it's the closest point of comparison I have for what New Orleans might be like. But New Orleans is all like swamp. I don't know. I guess we'll see. I've never been there. I've only seen it in movies and stuff, right? So we shall see. Whoa, are they slowing down? No? Okay. Yeah, I do kind of find myself getting nervous about the speed a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Well, because regardless of the fact that in America we've got straighter roads, wider distances, wider, longer distances and straighter roads, despite all of that, 65 miles an hour is 65 miles an hour. And with an 18-wheeler, it requires a certain amount of time to brake. Looks like I'm turning left up here. Let me see if I'll let this car pass. Is he ever gonna... you? Yeah. There we go. Yeah, like I said, it looks like the freeway, but it's not the freeway. So be prepared for a stoplight. Man, it doesn't like to go into fourth gear sometimes. Well, and I missed a stoplight. Yeah, well. No, well, we'll wait. Come on, light. Come on, light. Oh, wait. Why don't I just watch the other light? Yeah, so in America, yeah, we don't have the yellow light to tell you when to go. In America, we watch the other light. That's how you know. Yeah, so I guess... how come it's not changing? There we go. Yeah, so I should have answered the guy's question like that. Yeah, the guy who asked me, how do we know when to go in America? I should have answered him with the answer, you watch the other stoplight. Yeah. In America, when you're sitting at a stoplight, yeah, you're watching out your window over there to see what the other light's doing. That's how you know when to go. So we can get up to speed here. This truck can move a little bit. There we go. Let's get over here. All right. Alexandria discovered. Sweet. That's two cities down. 50 miles an hour, it says, is the speed limit here. But this looks like freeway to me. Oh, 50 miles an hour it is. Wow, gorgeous. Yeah. It looks like, you know what it looks like to me? There's almost like a lack of detail here. Yeah, I don't want to nitpick. Maybe this is what it actually looks like here. It looks like a lack of detail. There's just so much bare grass. Is this what it looks like in Louisiana? Just all this bare grass? It looks like a lack of detail. Looks like I'm playing a game from like 2011 or something. It's just gray and grass. Let's see here. Let's kind of need to get over here. Do some driving. Exit only. We are not taking that. Speed limit 65. Awesome. That's what I like to see. Wow, grab 8th gear. I'm all like, why? Yeah, I don't need the sound effects. The truck makes the sound effects for me. Well, anyway. Sometimes they make the sound effects. Okay. Let's get our speed limit or our cruise control set, 65 miles an hour. Not driven this truck in a while. This truck, let's see, when did we last drive this? We last drove this truck, I think this is what we were driving going through Texas, right? I swapped trucks a lot also. Whoops, sorry there, car. I kind of got in his lane a little bit. Well, I was playing ATS 2 most recently, but the last thing we were doing here in ATS was touring through Texas. I was really having fun doing that Texas road trip. I think this is the truck we were driving for the start of it. We changed near the end. Well, we were driving no, it was the Peterbilt we were driving. I'm getting all nervous around this turn. It's so stupid. Well, again, I'm used to ETS. I was getting nervous around the turn at 65. No, it was the Peterbilt cab over. So when we were driving this truck, I don't know. I guess it's been a minute. Yeah, the drive-through Texas, recently we did here in the game on the channel. The truck we were using for that was the Peterbilt 362 cab over. And near the end, I was driving that, the newer truck, the Peterbilt 579. I think, before I did the drive-through Texas, I set this truck up with the intent of doing it with this truck. Because I designed this truck to drive through Texas. I just thought it had that kind of cool look to it. I wanted like an old school kind of, I don't know. I wanted this look for the truck, right? So I don't remember when I drove this last. Man, it is cool to be back in America. Look at all this open road we've got here. Go in a straight line. So I was watching this video about ATS, and it brought up, it was a video, it was about, let's see, what was it called? I forget what it was called exactly, but it was an ATS video, and it's like something like, you know, the problem, I think it's like something like the problem with American Truck Simulator, you know, it's like the problem with ATS. And the problem is, it's like something like SCS software has a big problem, and they do. The problem is America is not set up for the scale that they have it in here. Now, if you've seen the video, you probably know where I'm going with this. The scale we have here is 1 to 20. I think it's a 1 to 20 scale, which works in the Western United States, but it does not work in the Eastern United States. So in this video, they were talking about how as the game expands eastward, SCS software is having a problem. They're coming up on a big problem very quickly that there's no solution for. And for instance, the video did mention that they've announced British Columbia and suggesting maybe they're stalling for time until they figure out this problem. And I'll get into that here in 1 second. I want to make sure we take the right exit here. You know, there's exits just like this in Germany, but they fake you out and you can't take them because to take this turn here, you have to have already exited a mile back to get on a frontage road. Oh man, those things burn me so bad. This exit, yeah, literally it looks just like this in Germany. But in order to take this exit, I would have had to exit before the entire intersection to get on a frontage road. If you played ETS, then you know what I'm talking about. Sorry, I had to drop a couple gears there. Let's get back up to speed here a little bit. Touring through Louisiana. We get up to 8th gear. So, right, so the problem, I know once they started talking about it in the video, let's just go ahead and hit 8 high, there we go. I saw what he was talking about. So here, where we're at here in America, this this scale works fine. But America's really big and spread out. Hang on a second. Anyway, but as we go east, you can't recreate it at this scale because the towns get bigger and closer together, and they're way more spread out than Europe. Things in America are way more spread out than they are in Europe. And if you recreate, if you do the eastern United States, the same scale you have here, the cities would be larger than the states at 1/20th scale. And I was watching this video and he was talking about, look, if I could find the video, maybe I'll link it below. You should watch it. It's really interesting. He was talking about how some states no, I lost the name. No, darn it. Some of these states, Delaware. I was wanting to say Denmark. Well, guys, I was just playing ATS too, okay? Delaware. Some states like Delaware, at this scale, you would drive through the state in like 40 seconds. The state would be gone. Cities like New York and New Jersey, Atlantic City and New York and Philadelphia would completely overlap. Yeah, for instance, okay, if we get to the eastern seaboard, with this scale, Philadelphia, New York, Atlantic City would all overlap. At this scale, to recreate New York City, it would have to be an area of like 4 square miles. You couldn't even do it. So the point with the video, I think it's really interesting, is that SCS software has a huge problem. Now, how do you solve that? So hopefully, now I'm trying to explain while I drive here and watch the road and shift gears and not crash into stuff. So I hope I'm doing a good job explaining it. I thought it was a really, really interesting thing. And I'd love to have a discussion about that. Maybe I'll make my own video on that. I mean, there is that. I can make my own video on that. I think it's really interesting. What are there ways they can fix that? Well, the way I see it, what's the way they fix that? Well, kind of, there's lots of possible solutions, but it seems to me like the way they're going to have to fix it is they're going to have to alter the scale. They're going to have to change the scale. So, in a second, let me downshift. So, let's get over here. Oh, this is cool. This is like crossing the Mississippi. Wait a second. No, and this is not the Mississippi, but it's like, this is what it looks like crossing the Mississippi. It's like one of those bridges. Or wait, or is it? Well, I mean, the Mississippi is here, right? Maybe this is the Mississippi. I can't say for sure, but this is what it looks like. I've crossed the Mississippi in about 10 different places in real life, right? And this is what the bridges look like. It's a big-ass river. Pardon the language. Yeah, it's like a friggin' ocean. Like, if you're on the coast of the Mississippi, you can't see the other side in some places. It's wild. I mean, if you're standing, at the shore, right? Do we want to get over? No, I think we're good. So anyway, I think the thing that they're going to have to do is find a way to have the eastern part of the United States at a different scale. Like, I don't see, hang on a second. Slow down a little bit here. Well, it said 35 miles an hour. Now it's back up to 60. Don't ask me. I'm just following what the signs say. They're going to have to find a way to put the only way I can see is they're going to have to find a way to put the eastern United States in a different scale. How do you do that? How do you dynamically change the scale as you're driving across the states? That's the thing they got to figure out. The point is, I thought that was really interesting. Yeah, maybe I should make my own video on that. I'll put some thought into it. So, Louisiana's a pretty place. Or the weather today looks a little gloomy gusts out, but okay, New Orleans, that's where we're going. Oh, wow. Guys, I killed so much time blabbing. We're only 57 miles away from New Orleans. I was just thinking, well, I just saw the map. I see where we're at on the map. We're down in the toe of the boot. I just saw that. And I was just noticing that we're on the I-10. We're following signs to New Orleans. I was like, holy crap, how do we get here? Guys, I did it again. I killed an entire video by blabbing. I think it's a really cool topic, though. Maybe I'll make my own video on it. What are your thoughts? Let me know your thoughts on that down below. I think it's really interesting topic. because America is a really interesting place. When you go out west, we have so much space. So much space. And I like the way the guy said it in the video. He said that SCS started on the wrong side of the country. Yeah, you know, out west, everything is really spread out. And see, so the thing is, but it all works in ETS, right? In Euro Truck Simulator, it all works. Well, Europe's different. Our compact towns are different from their compact towns. Their compact towns, most towns in Europe were made before automobiles existed. Tiny, narrow roads. Everything is packed real close together. America was largely colonized and made after wagon traffic and even car traffic. And so we're just set up for a much bigger thing. So our compact towns are just different. Hopefully he does not merge into me. They like to do that sometimes. Okay. Anyway, 60 miles an hour. Let me pay attention to this here. Yeah, we only got 27 miles to go, so we're probably, yeah, where we're going is right up here in New Orleans. We are here in New Orleans. Well, I can't say, okay, so for our next future drives in Louisiana, we're going to want to avoid the freeway. Hold on a second. We're going to have to... No one over there? I don't see anyone over there. We're going to want to avoid the freeway. I want to see the swamps, the bayous, whatever the heck they call it out in Louisiana, right? The watch-its, the things, the stuffs, the sights. Yeah, we're not going to see that on the freeway because our drive today, while interesting, was really just concrete jungle most of the way. I want to see the cool sights. We'll take some back roads. I wanted to start off the tour through Louisiana. I wanted to drive all the way down, yeah, where we're going, to New Orleans. So next time we'll, is that telling me to get in the, no, it's telling me to stay in this lane. Really? Yar. Okay, this is a little confusing here. Hold on a second. I can't really rightly see. Okay. Hang on. Downshift a little bit here. I don't want to get on the wrong road. You know how it can be with these complicated interchanges. You can get in the wrong lane and you screw yourself. So there's a photo we can take here. Well, might as well take it, I guess. Get us a bird's eye view of what's going on here. Let's see what this photo is they want us to take. Wow, this truck is loud. Everything just got really, really quiet all of a sudden. We're taking a photo of here. New Orleans, Dome, and Panorama. And these interchanges. All right. Pink. All right, so 5 miles to go. 50. Oh, where's my gear shift there? 50 miles an hour. All right, so where we're going is basically just right off the freeway here. So this is New Orleans. Well, yeah, it's the thing is I want to really see a little. We're going to have to get off the freeway. This is the view of New Orleans from, you know, an elevated freeway. You know, we're basically at the height of a 4-story building, so you miss some of this awesome sights and splendor up here. Wow, look at these bridges though. Oh wow, this is epic. Wow, we get a view of this. Oh wow, okay. This is cool sights here. I guess we're going over a big port, right? Normally hop in the right-hand lane. Wow. Okay, wow, that's epic views. So this has got to be the Mississippi, right? Yeah, this has got to be the Mississippi. We've got to have the room for the boats and stuff to go under. Wild. Crazy. Yeah, like I said, I've never been through Louisiana. That's awesome. It took us way up there. Obviously, my distance estimator is wrong. I found that it does that a lot. The closer you get to a delivery, sometimes it gets off. Yeah. Because it says we're 1 mile. Are we exiting here? I'm assuming we're exiting. We're 1 mile away. I mean, we're like right on top of where we're going. Yeah, we're exiting here. All right, we are in New Orleans. We be here. Yeah, wait for this guy. Oh, I'll just wait for all of them. Fine. I did get used to, in Europe, not being able to turn on these. Is he gonna... What's he... Dang it, guy. Don't do that. Never do that. You have the right of way. I'm waiting for you. I hate when cars do that. It's like... You know, I was inching forward, right? Because this is a big truck. I weigh a lot. I gotta kind of get some forward momentum, you know, right? I gotta kind of break loose from my inertia. I gotta kind of get rolling a bit. And then he stops, and it's like, well... We are here, wherever here is. Let me see. Yeah, we're here. Let's see where they want it. Man, this truck is so long. It's so long. It's not even that long. It's really not. I mean, when you look at the distance between my front axle and my lift axle, it's actually not even that long. There's American trucks that are twice this length. Right. All right. 40 XP. Park it over there. Okay. Let's see where this is. Is it a pull-through spot? Sometimes these are pull-through spots. Nah. Is this a scale or something? I don't know what this is. Let's see. They want us... Oh, okay. This looks like a familiar parking lot. Well, not really, but kind of ish. Slow down. Do I have to back down this? Do we got room to... Yeah, kind of. It's kind of tight, though. Yeah, it's going to require a little finagling. Here's what we're going to want to do. Here's what I say we're going to want to do. Turn around. Log truck. Actually, wait, can I hook it in from here? I was going to turn around all the way, but you know what? Actually, I think I got room to hook it in here. Maybe. Turn my wheel a little bit here. If I can whip the trailer around, then... Let's see. We want to turn our wheels to about here. And take it really slow. I'm probably going to have to adjust. Yeah, I'm going to have to adjust. Yeah, you know what? Let's just put it back in there and I'll straighten it out. Yeah, let's just get it back in here. And then I'll fix it. I'll pull up that ramp there. But I'm going to have some error anyway, getting used to American trucks. Again, after driving the Euro trucks. Yeah, I'm just trying to get it back in here so we can get a better angle. That was never the best angle. I was going to get it from this way over here originally. All right, we'll take this nice and slow from here. And this should be a good angle to get this at. What? Wait, where's my truck? Hang on. What? Am I hitting something? Oh, hang on. My truck was actually rolling forward when I hit the gas pedal. Okay, now it's coasting. Okay. Whoa, why is my truck going forward? Oh, guys, I'm stupid. Euro Truck Simulator. I was in, okay. In a European transmission, this is reverse, okay? All right. I was like, why is my truck rolling forward? I'm going to have to hook the cab the other way. Yeah, I had a little debacle there with the gears. I couldn't figure out why my truck was rolling. Yeah, it was going the opposite direction. This trailer this is totally scuffed. This is a totally scuffed backing. I don't care. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care. Trying to do this after, yeah, I got to relearn how to back one of these trucks. I got to relearn how to back this truck. My Scania is way shorter than this and has 2 steering axles on it. It's a totally different dynamic. This truck is so long. It's so weird. Here, let's get out of this. Let's get back to where there's some sound. I don't like sitting at the menu. The menu's so quiet. So, there we go. All right, guys. So, Louisiana, it's out. It's cool. I look forward to driving more around it, and I'll see you guys next time. We got, well, let's see here. Let's go back to the menu. We got one town crossed off the list here. I believe it said there's 11 new cities, and we have to hit 10 of them. Yeah, there's 11 new cities. We got to hit 10 of them for the event. Yeah, so we're going to be going through this. I'll see you guys soon. There's other videos coming up, like I was talking about, you know, I got some ideas for some other videos. There's some other kind of stuff I want to look at. For instance, like comparing ATS and ETS, you know, now that I put so much time in both, and man, they're different. Yeah, like look at my totally scuffed backing job. I couldn't even back that trailer up. Man, it's different driving these games. I love having both, though. I love having both. I want to have a look at some stuff, make some other videos. I'll see you guys real soon. Thanks a lot. Let me know what you think in the comments down below about all the stuff I said. I want to hear your opinions. I always read the comments, and I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow in a new video. Thanks a lot. Peace out.